Good morning. Welcome to Nigeria Now, showing on your digital first Pan-African news network, TOS Television. My name is Merciful Ajinamo. And of course, there are stories making the rounds on newspapers this morning, Monday morning, the beginning of a new week. To analyze these stories is Adebayo Fajime. You're welcome to the show.
Thank you very
Good
much.
morning.
Good morning.
Happy New Week, I must say.
Same to you.
Let's begin with this day newspaper on this morning. The big story there says Nwajiuba, Tinubu Osinbajo, Amosun not suitable for Nigeria's current work plan. We have a couple of writers there. But what do you make of this statement, this first page, this big story on this day newspaper?
I see the statement as needless and maybe I should even say uncalled for, because we are in a democracy, and I wonder why our people used to get emotional about issues. If at all you are going to, if somebody or a candidate or an aspirant is not suitable, it is not you that will determine whether the person is suitable or not. It is the power lies in the hand of the citizen. So it is the electorate, the citizen, that will determine whether these people is needed or not. But you coming out and trying to cast other aspirants in a bad light, that they are not suitable for new Nigeria work plans, is, for me, is unacceptable, and I don't see it as a very right statement. We are in a democracy, whether at the party level or in the general election. The power lies in the hand of the people. It is the people that will say, okay, we want this thing. And don't forget that also in the primary there are a lot of processes. So it is your number one, your track record, your antecedents in the political process, your structure, and then afterward, even though you have to do a lot in the party, it is still the people that determines, because you cannot impose yourself and say, okay, this is you must do my bidding, except the party deploys the use of consensus and all of that. But to me, to be honest, this statement is uncalled for, and I see it as a baseless one.
Perhaps his reason is the fact that there should be no place for Southwesterners, Westerners, yes, to rule in 2023 elections. Looking that we've had them rule in PDP in the last, say, 8 years. Of course, they are clamoring for the power to be pushed, to be shifted to the east. Don't you think it's a valid?
Yeah, of course, it is a norm or tradition in our polity. But if you look at this, it is not constitutional. So it is never written in our constitution that power should be should be rotated. Or it should be maybe after 4 years or after 8 years that it should go to south, and after 8 years ago. It is unconstitutional. But because of the heterogeneous nature of our country, so we found our political leaders found it worthwhile as one of the factors that will give each region or each political region a sense of belonging at each dispensation. So now, for him to now say that, I think what they should push for is to use electoral, political means, to champion whatever cause they want to champion. But for him saying, somebody is not suitable, somebody is not qualified, somebody does not have the wherewithal, for the Nigerian work plans, for me, I still repeat that it is unacceptable.
All right, that's the big story on this day newspaper. From the very top, we see AFDB to lend $500 million to women in 2022, says additional. Says bank will not be defined by lies, biases of mischief makers. That's the story on this day newspaper. We move over to, of course, Nigerian Tribune. The big stories. APC again aboard screening of presidential aspirants. That story is on pages 3 and 4. Besides that, just beside the picture of the day, where we see, of course, members of churches in Abuja protesting a peaceful protest over the killing of Deborah Samuel in Sokoto State. We see Naira slides to 610 Naira per dollar at parallel market. That's on page 6. And then ASU strike security tightened at International Airport. That's on page 23. And Soludo places 10 million Naira bounty on killers of Anambra lawmakers. That's on page 26 of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. How can you define this act by the Anambra State governor placing this amount of money bounty on killers of Anambra lawmaker? Do you think is as a result of their inability to discover who this person is?
Firstly, I think there are some, haters of progress and peace in that state, because for me, even though I'm not from that state, with the kind of policy, with the kind of vision and the manifesto, what Professor Soludo really wants to achieve for the state, if they will allow him to do that, I see that state, being one of the best in Nigeria in no time. But with the current development, kidnapping, killing people, lawlessness, and the rest like that, it's giving me doubt whether they will. It's giving me doubt that if care is not taken, the man may not really do, as expected. Because when you are, as a governor, that you should focus on policy that will better the lot of the citizens, and there are a lot of distractions, every now and then.
From this same citizen.
From this same citizen, and these people are they we refer to them as unknown gunmen. Probably from the faction of the high pop, as we have read in the media. But the big question is, why, if you are championing a cause, if you really want the best for your people, I don't think the best way to go about it is to be killing your people, destroying their properties, making them to go through hardship, economically, and whatever that can hamper or hurt their development. So if you see the picture, it's very gory. It's something I could not even look at for a second time. But for him to have said that okay, whoever is able to fish out the perpetrators, that is going to, because in Nigeria our security architecture is very poor. And of course, you know that if there is nothing that will happen that will not have the hand of people. Some certain people will actually know these people who perpetrated this act. So I think that's why I say, okay, whoever can help us, to get these people will be awarded, without huge amount of money. But beyond that, I think what our political gladiators, our political leaders, especially from that case, because I keep asking myself that, a lot of people want to become the president. I'm a president of Nigeria. The big question is it the only problem we have in Nigeria is, can it only be solved through presidency? So there are a lot of things people can do. So rather than focusing on presidency, there are a lot of people in respective states, in our states, that people can go there to focus on and solve for people. It's only when we have peace that we can live or sleep with our two eyes closed, that you say you want to nurse any ambition. So rather than that, I think our people need to come up higher, go to their states, and help whoever is in power to ensure that the state is governable and everybody lives in peace.
Definitely, I agree with you on that one. And that's the story right there. On the leadership newspaper from the very top, Electoral Act, APC stoking crisis to stall 2023 election, says PDP on page 6. Besides that, Deborah Khan holds peaceful protest in state. FCT. We did see the picture of the day on the Nigerian Tribune. Of course, members of churches in Abuja joined a peaceful protest over the killing of Deborah. What's your statement? Now, the Christian Association of Nigeria, the number one Christian body, they are holding protests and they are demanding for justice. And of course, people are saying President Muhammadu Buhari has been silent on this issue and is calling for concern. What's your opinion?
Well, even though we have seen authorities, condemn the act, but like I have said twice on this show, that that condemnation is not enough. We need justice, and as long as justice is said to be served, we should look forward to seeing more of this protest, because it's a very dastard act that should not be condoned by whatever means. So what Khan and all other people have done and have been doing and probably will still do is just a call for justice. And not only in Sokoto State that we have seen that, it has happened in Lagos State also. So authorities should come up and rise up to the responsibility and ensure that these perpetrators are fished out, being prosecuted, and being made to face the full wrath of the law.
Definitely, that's a strong one there. On the Punch newspaper, the big stories: crisis rocks Rivers, Oyo, Benue APC, factions reject delegate list. On the Nation, drama clashes upset at PDP reps assembly primaries. That's on the Nation newspaper. On the national economy, we have steel raw materials imports cost Nigeria 1.4 trillion naira annually. And the last newspaper is the Daily Trust newspaper. The big story is aspirant regional leaders in final push APC PDP presidential primaries. Don't forget, you can always stay updated on our website www.tostvnetwork.com. Our social media handle is at TOSTV Network on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. Many thanks, Adebayo, for joining us today.
Nice to be here again.
And thank you, viewers, for always staying tuned to Nigeria Now. We're coming away again tomorrow. My name is Merciful Ajinamo. Stay safe.